Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate, where we were studying a few basics about the goods and service tax. Continuing that, section 2, clause 95, regulations. Regulations means the regulations made by the board under the Central Goods and Service Tax Act on the recommendation of the GST Council. Regulations as made under the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, where on the few sections for the section in the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, the authority, as per section 106, the authority or the appellate authority shall have the power to regulate its own procedure. It shall have the power to make regulations for the purpose of carrying on its own procedures. Procedure of authority and appellate authority. Procedure before the appellate tribunal. Appellate tribunal shall have the power to regulate its own procedures. For the purpose of meeting the procedural requirements, regulations are issued. As per the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, section 165, it shall have the power to make regulations. The board, Central Board of Indirect Tax and Custom shall have the power to make regulations, and by notification shall make regulations which are consistent with this act and the rules made thereunder, to carry out the provisions of this act. For the purpose of carrying out, making working the provisions of the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, the board by notification make regulations. It has the power to lay down rules, regulations and notifications. The regulations as a meaning means to regulate, means to have the control of something by using some rules, to observe or obey the regulations, the as a rule, as an official rule that controls how something is to be done. Regulations are directions made in addition to the laws in a particular country. Regulations are administrative codes which are issued by the governmental agencies at all the levels. Example: municipal level, state level, central level and federal level. The three types of regulations, few types are command and control regulations, performance based regulation, management based regulations. Regulations means the regulations which has been made by the board under the Central Goods and Service Tax in accordance with the rules under the CGST Act, and to carry out the provisions of this act on the recommendation of the GST Council.